The GOP is urging citizens to vote red down the ballot. This not only so they can enact their agenda, but to also combat against socialist ideas proposed by Democrats. Our next guest is all too familiar with communism and socialism since he was born and raised in communist Albania before escaping to the U.S. Here to discuss his story further and the importance of this election is Peter Lumaj, who is also a GOP strategist. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
First, tell us a little bit about your story and what it was like growing up in communist Albania.
Well, communism is all about command and control. Pretty much the government enslaves its own people. We were slaves in Albania. My brothers and I, Tony, Paulie, and Freddie, we decided to escape communism about 32 years ago. And after walking for over 72 hours through the mountains, it was cold and rainy and snow, we decided to search for freedom and opportunity. And we were able to achieve or arrive in a place called Yugoslavia at that time, where we were processed and came to the United States legally as refugees. What happened at that time is that the government pretty much told us what to think, what to say, what to eat, where to go to school, what to work, how much to be paid. It was a complete control, complete enslavement. And we had two options, either endure that or search for freedom and opportunity. And when we came to the United States, Albanian government agents, the only ones who had guns at that time, they picked up my family members, including my parents, 7 siblings that I left behind, nieces and nephews, took them to a concentration camp where they tortured my father to death because he had not notified the government that his sons were escaping Albania.
And that is quite the story that you're sharing, and there's so much detail in what you're sharing with us. I want to ask you, because based on your experience, we continue to hear Democrat lawmakers proposing more Democrat socialist policies, which are veering more and more to the left. What is the most dangerous proposal you've heard?
Well, Arnold Toynbee comes to mind. Years ago, he warned us. He told us that great civilizations are not murdered, they commit suicide. Are we as a nation trying to commit suicide here? When we have socialists in the United States who are members of the Congress or the United States Senate promoting failed socialistic policies in the United States. The biggest threat that I see coming to the United States from these socialists is not taxation, is not redistribution of property. It is the attack on the Constitution. The founding documents of this country, the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, are under attack. But for two documents, our Republican form of government can very quickly become a socialist government. And that is the biggest threat that I see, that they are trying to do away with the Electoral College. They're attacking freedom of speech. They're attacking the Second Amendment. They are promoting policies where we would become a so-called democracy instead of republic. And that will provide a stepping stone to socialism.
You make some great points right there. And I also, again, want to point out that you are a GOP strategist. And with that said, we're just days away from the election. What are your thoughts on how a majority of votes are being cast, and what do you expect to see the night of November 3rd?
I believe that we're going to see a repeat of 2016. The so-called experts, and they are telling us that Trump is not going to win. I see Trump winning this time again. I think Florida is going to be in play big time. I see the Cuban Americans over there who came from a communist country supporting him with 58%. Michigan, that has a large Eastern European population, I think is going to turn out and vote for Trump because they see the threats that I see, and they will come out and vote. So I think 4 or 5 swing states are going to be decisive, including Arizona, which I think will come out and vote for Trump, and Pennsylvania, because of fracking and the Biden administration would attack that. I see them coming out and giving Trump another chance because everything that he promised in 2016, he accomplished it. He lived up to his promises. And for the first time in modern history, we have a leader who made promises, kept those promises, and delivered on those promises. And the American people realize that.
Want to see more videos like this? Visit OANN.com for immediate access to all the clips you've been waiting to see.